PSP 3 or PS Vita 2. Really doesn't matter which one you want more. A new Sony handheld has been heavily rumored to be hitting the market soon, and it's supposed to be making its big debut at E3 2017 on the PlayStation press conference stage. Let's talk about it. I am your humble host, Chris Kazama, and welcome to another episode of the Greatness Away Show. Let's go. What is going on, you guys? I hope everybody is doing nothing less than great as usual. So let's talk about it. PS Vita 2, PSP 3. We're supposed to be getting a new Sony handheld soon, and we might see it at the upcoming E3 2017 Expo in a few weeks here. Are we surprised? No. Should we expect a new Sony handheld? Maybe. Is it the right time? Let's talk about it. So this rumor comes straight from a journalist platform by the name of Chinese Games Media. Apparently they were invited out to a Sony China office to be presented for the first time ever to anybody Sony's new upcoming device. Now this could be a PlayStation 4 system, a new one that kind of was rumored earlier this year, but we've been seeing hints from Square Enix, from near developers. We've even seen a patent earlier this year for a handheld type of device specifically from Sony. So more so I'm gonna lean towards a PS Vita successor, and we may just be seeing it on stage for the first time at E3 2017, and it's already been confirmed that really Sony is releasing this thing to combat the Nintendo Switch. So I don't know about you, but I'm definitely excited to see a new PlayStation handheld. I think it is the perfect time for Sony to release a new handheld onto the market. I think that right now the PlayStation 4 is just dominating the market, as we've talked about in previous videos before. And I think right now Sony is able to really focus in on other projects, and I think a handheld is perfect. They've had time to really look over the mistakes that they made with the PlayStation Vita, and I think a PlayStation Vita successor is in the cards right now. So yeah, I'm all for it. And honestly, just aside from the PlayStation Vita successor alone, I think that the PlayStation conference will be more about hardware more than software from them, because we know the games are coming, right? We talked about this. We know we're going to see some more God of War. We know we're going to see more Last of Us Part 2. There are plenty of first party games that we're going to see at the PlayStation conference, plus more that's going to be announced. But obviously with all these rumors and speculation coming out over the past 6 months before E3, talking about a new PlayStation 4 SKU that's supposed to be launching during E3, price drops, new handheld, I think we're going to be hearing a lot about new hardware at PlayStation's E3 conference. Now, if this rumor is true, Sony is going to have to come out of the gate guns a-blazing with this new handheld, making people really want to go out and buy this thing. Now, the PlayStation Vita was a good handheld, but it had its issues. The memory cards were kind of high at some point. There were two different versions that came out at launch that kind of confused people. The first-party title support kind of dried out over time. So even though a lot of people really love the Vita and the PlayStation Vita, and a lot of people still have theirs, there were issues with it that kind of held it back from really meeting the expectation and the hype that was set for it. So if this thing does get unveiled on the E3 stage, I expect Sony to come out with some big first party titles, something that's really gonna get people, motivated to check this thing out and maybe pick it up. But you have to remember, if they're releasing this thing to compete with the Nintendo Switch already is a successful console. So they're gonna have to come with it. This is not gonna be an easy battle, but I feel like Sony is at the right time to release a new handheld, and we could see a pretty good battle, between the Switch and the new PlayStation Vita, and it's always good for the consumers when something like that happens. That is it for today's episode, you guys. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you want to know more about the rumor about the PSP 3 or the PS Vita 2, whatever you want to call it, check the description box below. There will be a link down there. You can read more in the description, figure out the down and dirty details of what may happen at E3 2017 for a new Sony handheld. But other than that, I'm out of here for today. Check out the description box below also for my Twitter. You can check out the Greatness Away Show on Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you can get a notification when the new episodes are dropping as soon as possible, straight out of the oven, nothing but heat. I'm your humble host, Chris Kazama. You guys have a good day. Stay great. Peace.